A very good afternoon to you and welcome to this Friday edition of the Lunchtime News. I'm Nadim Majid. As always, let's start off with a look at your headlines. 3 soldiers have been killed in a shooting in Chawakacheri. Minister Wimal Weerawansa says it is the responsibility of the government to reduce the pressure imposed on the public. Israel says that they will not attack Iran in the near future. On to those stories in detail. Preliminary investigations have revealed that a personal dispute had led to yesterday's shooting near the Sirimurgan Kovil in the Chawakacheri area in Jaffna. Military spokesperson Brigadier Nihal Hapuarachi said that the shooting had taken place last night. He added that the magisterial inquiry into the incident was held today. Brigadier Hapuarachi added that investigations have also revealed that there was no third-party involvement in the shooting. The 3 victims were attached to the 7th Vijayabha Regiment of Chawakacheri. Police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohana said that the bodies of the victims have been dispatched to the Jaffna hospital for the post-mortem inquiry. He further said that investigations into the incident have commenced under the supervision of a superintendent of police. Meanwhile, Minister of Construction, Engineering Services, Housing and Common Amenities Wimal Weerawansa says that the public have a responsibility not to heed the whims and fancies of imperialists. The minister expressed this view at a lecture held in line with International Women's Day yesterday.
With
the increasing cost of living, we are well aware that a section of the community is undergoing hardships. We may have conflicting opinions with the government over this. We request the government to provide relief to the people. Imperialistic forces are attempting to achieve their objectives by making our people hold demonstrations. Therefore, the government has a responsibility to take all necessary steps to reduce the pressure imposed on the public. The public too has a responsibility to conduct this battle in a manner which will not support the contracts of the international forces. On a related note, fishermen of the Chilau Kudawal area charged that they are yet to receive the fuel subsidy which was promised by the government for fishermen. The fishermen state that they did not engage in their trade owing to this reason.
The protest, which was launched by fishermen subsequent to the recent fuel price hike, ended following the government's decision to provide fishermen with a fuel subsidy. However, fishermen charged that they have been unable to obtain fuel, producing the subsidy token.
We went to the petrol station today to purchase fuel. They told us that they can't provide us with fuel for the token. We went to the petrol station as there was no option. However, they refused to give us fuel. It doesn't matter how much we try. After we receive this token, they are saying they can't give fuel for it. They are saying that fuel will be given only after the lapse of 15 to 20 days. Some did not ply their trade for 3 to 4 days. This subsidy program is of no use. Officials at the petrol station said that they cannot issue us petrol.
We spoke to the Northwestern Provincial Minister of Fisheries, Sanat Nishante, in this regard, and he said that this problem cropped up as the said token have not been converted into currency.
It costs about 600,000 to 700,000 rupees to provide fuel to a filling station for 1 day. Therefore, we discussed with the marketing manager and decided to provide fuel to the sheds as a credit loan. The Petroleum Corporation is ready to provide fuel until they receive the financial allocation. Still in local news, an individual was killed in a road accident that occurred in the Kitulutua area along the Kantale-Habarana road. Now, the police said that the accident was a result of a collision involving a tractor and an ambulance belonging to the Red Cross. An individual travelling in the ambulance was killed in the accident, while the driver of the ambulance sustained injuries. The deceased was identified as 38-year-old A. Chandasekara, a bachelor who was serving in the Red Cross. Our correspondent said that the driver of the ambulance is currently receiving treatment at the Kantale Base Hospital. In a separate accident, an individual was killed when a bus toppled in the Mahakandarawa area in Mihintale. The police said that the conductor of the bus had been killed when the vehicle veered off the road and toppled. The victim was identified as 23-year-old Indunil Samantha Veerakon, a resident of Dambulla. The police said that the driver of the bus had been under the influence of alcohol. The police said that investigations are underway to apprehend the driver. On a separate note, the Crimes Investigations Unit of the Central Province has seized a scepter which an individual had tried to sell, claiming that it was used by Sri Lanka's last king, Sri Wikrama Rajasinghe. The item had been seized following a tip-off received by the Crimes Investigation Unit. A resident of Manikhinna had attempted to sell this scepter, which has a wood finish and has been adorned with gems. The individual had tried to sell the scepter, claiming that it had belonged to King Sri Wikrama Rajasinghe. The suspect had fled the scene during the raid. Our correspondent said that the police had also seized the suspect's national identity card, driver's license and motorcycle which he had left behind. The Central Special Crimes Investigation Unit is conducting further investigations. Further west in Chilau, area residents charged that a group has forcibly taken over the Nalladaran Kattuwa Lake Reserve in Chilau. They say that this group has been using backhoes over several days to clear the reserve. Our cameras too captured the manner in which backhoes were being used to clear the Nalladaran Kattuwa Reserve in Arachi Kattuwa, Chilau. Area residents say this was the result of the intervention of a single person. They also charged that due to the clearing of the reserve, access to about 9 homes in the area has been obstructed. Area residents who have been residing here for 18 years say they have been threatened and told to leave the area. A satyagraha was staged yesterday opposite the Divisional Secretariat in protest of the clearing of the reserve. Well, our numerous attempts to make inquiries from the Puttlam District Secretary Kingsley Fernando and the Arachi Kattuwa Divisional Secretary were unsuccessful. Further south, area residents say that there is a risk of flooding in several locations along the Nilwala River in Matara. They point out that as a result, even during light rainfall, their paddy fields are inundated. The Nilwala River, which commences in Gongala Deniaya, flows out to sea in Thotomuna, Matara. However, due to the failure to clean the river over several years, there is a risk of flooding in several locations. Nadugala, Bandattara, Kadduwa and Aturaliya are more prone to the risk of flooding. My occupation is centered around the Nilwala River, but we cannot row a raft here. Weeds are everywhere. It is the farmers in the area who bear the brunt of the flooding as a result of the build-up of soil and foliage in the river. Due to the excess build-up of sand in the river, the water which flows from tributaries into the main river flows into the paddy fields instead. What we are asking of the authorities is that they take measures and implement a proper program to remove the excess soil from the river so that the water from the tributaries can flow in. Furthermore, due to the build-up of garbage near the Nadugala New Bridge, paddy fields in Tihagoda, a major paddy cultivation area, are also at risk of being inundated. Well, we made inquiries from the Southern Province Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, Bindu Weerasinghe, in this regard, and he said that plans have been made to dredge the Nilwala River from the Bandattara Bridge up to Matara. Coming up on Night News. Well, big match fever is in full swing in Sri Lanka. Day 2 of the 133rd Battle of the Blues between Royal College Colombo and St Thomas's College Mount Lavinia got underway at the SSC grounds in Colombo this morning. Royal College Colombo resumed Day 2 on an overnight score of 53 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Earlier, the Thomians, led by Sachin Piris, declared their first innings on 325 runs for the loss of 9 wickets. The Royalists lost the wicket of night watchman Purna Alutge for 12 runs, at Lance, Royal College were on 168 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in their first innings. And on that note, we wrap up today's edition of the Lunchtime News. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with me. Don't forget to join us again on 1:55 on Live at 55 for the facts and the figures on the latest headline-making news, as only News First can deliver.